Prior to heading out to Japan to spend a couple weeks there during the summer, I sent out a proxy order and I sent it via EMS or whatever. And by the time I got back home, the package was here. So I'm gonna kind of go through this and show you what I bought because I haven't done one of these package unboxings in a little while. I think I have been kind of irregularly getting stuff. Excuse me, but I don't know. I just haven't really done anything specific like, oh, I'm just going to unbox this whole thing. Instead, it's been kind of just focusing on individual items. But today I'm going to kind of go through everything. There are a decent amount of things in here. This might be one of my bigger proxy orders in a while, I guess. At least in terms of volume. And I guess kind of go from there. I've already gone through most of the things in here and removed the bubble wrap because everything was like just packaged beyond belief. So just to make things a little bit easier, I just went through it. And also I had to remove a certain item in this one because it's related to a future project that's going to be releasing Czech's watch in like 8 days, I think. So a little bit over a week. And at least at the time of writing this. But I can't spoil anything related to that. So we're going to get into the rest of it. There should be enough to keep us busy. So welcome back to Pars's poorly lit room. We're going to do another one of these unboxing videos on the floor. We are so back, right? I'm going to kind of go through things. Let's talk about the CDs first, because I got a decent amount of CDs, and there's some interesting things in here. In no particular order, I'm going to go through these. It's kind of far away. I don't know how the audio and how everything's being picked up, but I picked up this classic right here, the Kagikoa by DJ Technetium under the Cis Trance label right here. This one it's a reprint, from what I can understand. That Technetium recently started putting out a lot of their back catalog, well, some of the back catalog on Melon Books and whatnot. So you can actually pick up some of the some classic albums on here. So I decided to pick up Kagiko to start off. I do want to pick up Technobest since I'm a big fan of that one. They also have a few other albums, but like critically, like Eroko is not available via physical release. It's only digital. But some of these were reprinted, I guess, remade. So this is like a sealed copy of Kagiko in current year. Which, I mean, this is going to be invaluable that I'm doing my Tori no Uta project, and that one is also going to be made into a YouTube video, so stand by for that one. I also picked up a couple CDs while I was in Japan that are going to be related to that, and you'll be seeing those pretty soon. But I think this is just really cool that this was, put out again. This is one of my favorite Technetium releases, at least related to air and whatnot. So I got this one right here. This is going to be cool. Here is the Kimi ga Nozomu and Drama Theater Volume 1. This one focuses on Suzumi Haruka. For some reason, this album was ridiculously hard to find. I couldn't find anything on SoulSeek. And when I try to find downloads and whatnot, like it was always, it was always the other albums. It was Dream Theater Volume 2. With Mitsuki, and then I think Akane's as well, but I couldn't find Haruka's for some reason, so I was like, you know what, I would just spend like the couple hundred yen and buy the CD myself. So I ended up picking it up right here from Surugaya online. Excited to give this one a listen. We love Akiba Pop. It's time to start the Mosaic Wave music collection. I don't know why I haven't really been picking up many CDs lately, I guess in terms of like proxy order. Well, actually I kind of know why. It's like whenever I buy stuff via proxy, it's like I'm looking for like treasures, I guess, and I'm not necessarily thinking about, collecting CDs. I don't know if that makes sense at all. Like, for example, I would pick up like Kagikoa, but like I wouldn't pick up We Love Akiba Pop under normal circumstances, I guess, because one of those is like, oh, this is like really cool and it's worth importing, and the other one, it's like, well, I've listened to this album so many times. It just never occurred to me that I wanted to have it part of my collection. But now that I have a couple of other Mosaic Wave albums that I picked up, or at least one other one, that I picked up while I was on vacation. I decided to kind of flesh out the collection. So We Love Akiba Pop is probably my second favorite Mosaic Wave album. This one it's an absolute Denpa classic. Like, it needs no introduction. So I decided to pick this one up like for literally 100 yen or something on Surugaya. I mean, the case is not in the best condition. I think there's like a little crack or something, but I can't really complain too much. I'm not a huge stickler about that anyways, and this is mainly just for collecting purposes anyways. This is my favorite Mosaic Wave album, Space Akiba Pop. It has another lovely Watanabe Akio / Poyoyon Rock illustration on the cover. There's the back. I gotta remove all the stickers, but like the other day I cut my nails. Well, the other day, like last night, so I can't really like get them off that well right now. So I'll just have to wait. Got this one right here. This one also has the Obi, Sasuga Japan. Always. Oh, the collectors are always going to keep the good stuff around. So I picked this one up slightly more than We Love Akiba Pop, but I'm talking like 300 yen versus 100 yen, so it's not that bad. It's another addition to the Mosaic Wave collection that will surely grow in time. I want to get that Denpa collection going. Speaking of CDs, let's talk about the CD bundle figures, or specifically the Exit Trance bundled figures that I've been getting into collecting. These are the dual-made figures released for like some special edition releases of the Exit Trance Speed Anime Best albums. So they released a couple of these. Luckily right here you can actually kind of see them. I previously bought Rine, but now I picked up a couple of other ones, like Aria right here. That's Depisan. Oh, actually this is Rine. Depisan. Aria is also in this one. I picked up, what is this one? Barusan Miku. Oh my god. Did they really make that? Did they really? Is that really? Oh my god. I don't even know the lore, dude, but I know that. So I have a couple of these now, and then also, I'm not sure, but this one is number 11. So I got these right here, just for completion purposes, because like I said, I already have Rine. So I got number 11 right here, number 3, and number 2, all in box. This one's actually in really nice condition. And then I also have Barusami Miko. Let me see if I can open it, just to show you. I kind of wish I did get the box version for this one, the Barusami Miko. I did see a listing on Surugaya. I think there was a CD, but at the time I didn't know if the CD had the figure with it, because Surugaya will usually only list the picture, like the stock picture. So I was like, I don't know if this is just going to be the album or it's going to have the figure with it. So I decided just to get the figure on her own. I'm not going to have 100% completion now that I don't have the box for this one, but regardless, I'm still happy with the collection thus far. Now I have 4 of the 11, and I should be getting the rest sometime soon. Also, there technically is 2 other ones. There's 2 Arias that are like posable figures, and I'm also going to work on that just for completion purposes. As a side note, I did see Depitan. This particular album that it was released for, I saw it at a Surugaya, like the very last Surugaya I went to, and I was like, man, if I hadn't bought this on my proxy site before, I would have definitely bought it in person. But it was cool to see, because like you kind of get to see the CD and then the figure in like as one little package, and I think that was kind of cool. But these are a couple of the trading figures and the limited edition Tokuten figures that I got here. This doesn't really have a category I could put it under, but this is a Pinomizu Shikishi of Takayaki Kaide. This was released for Comic 113 actually. I just had to double check to make sure it wasn't a Comic Cat thing. Pinomizu is an illustrator. Their circle is Mahobin. I've been trying to do a 100% completion of all their doujinshi, especially after this vacation in Japan. I picked up a ton at like across Mandarake, Surugaya, whatnot, and I'm getting pretty close. I think there's only a handful more that I need, and I'm just gonna make sure I have everything cataloged, just not to buy duplicates, because God knows I've bought duplicates before. And I'm just gonna get the rest for the following proxy order, which I might order probably not for a while because I think I've gotten too much stuff recently, but it's gonna be that whenever I do my next proxy order, maybe one or two more for the rest of the year. I'm gonna make sure to throw those doujinshi in there. I also have a couple of tapestries from the Circle Mahobin, and now I have a shikishi. There are a few, but this is the one that caught my eye, and it also was not very expensive. And I'm going to add it to the ever-growing Takagaki Kaide shrine that I have right in front of me right now, but you unfortunately can't see. It's for my eyes only right now. So here's the shikishi. Nothing too fancy on the back, just that. Speaking of Takagaki Kaide, I have my first scale figure in a very long time. This is the Takagaki Kaide Sweet Princess version figure. Right here, I picked this one up from Suitcases. They were doing some sort of time sale, so I was like, might as well. This is a rank B figure, so my hand just like squeaked across that. I'm a big fan of this one, but like I was saying, it just okay. I'm gonna try to stay on topic right now. I picked this one up at Suitcases online. It was a rank B figure, and it was also on a time sale, so I think I got it for like 6k yen or less. So it was a pretty good deal. I'm not sure what the problem was, but generally speaking, with Japanese stuff, especially like online with Suitcases, they rank stuff kind of, at least generally speaking, are kind of strict. So if you get something that's a rank B, it might not necessarily be even that bad, but we need to gatekeep that, don't we? So just on the outside, the box looks fine, and the figure looks pretty nice to me too. I can't see anything wrong with her, so I'm just gonna assume that like the minor damage to the box, maybe there's some like scuffs or something on the figure, but nothing that can't be cleaned. So I'm really happy with this purchase, and it's going to be added to my ever-growing collection of Takagaki Kaide stuff, and the beginning of my 100% completion of all her scale figures. Because eventually one day I do want to get her Pretty Liar figure. I just have to wait until there's more used listings and the prices start to drop. Because honestly, once it starts to dip below 20k, I'm probably going to end up caving. But I digress. Lastly, we have the Shuffle Chiara de Car Itasha. This is a collection that Kotobukiya did, the Chiara de Car, I should say, where they did Itasha. So it was basically like JDM cars, and they made Itasha versions of them. There are a lot of these, and they're all really cool. Well, at least most of them are really cool, but there's some bangers in there. I really like the Lucky Star Konata Miyata. There's also a Da Capo to Yume and Otome. I want to say it's like a Cresta or something, but it's one of those Toyota sedans, the 1JZ ones. They're pretty cool. There's a lot of cool ones in there. I also think there's a Lucky Star RX-7. Like every single day when I look for one of these, I find one that's different. I decided to start with the Shuffle one for now. I also have the recent WRX STI, the GRB Love Live one. I was just looking at it, like side-eyeing it out of the corner of my eye over here, because it's like literally next to me. Unfortunately, I'm not a huge fan of Love Live Sunshine, so that's why I was like kind of hesitant about that one, but the Shuffle one for sure I think is really nice. I think maybe it's not necessarily the best looking one in terms of like the Itasha design, because there are certainly some really good ones out there, but I think just in terms of having it as a novelty item, and then also like its Shuffle and its Nishimata Aoi's art, it is pretty beautiful, and I can't complain too much. Eventually I'm going to put this one together though, and you can even see the Itasha design, because if I recall correctly, these don't have like a set design. They have like stickers or like those water transfer designs, and you can kind of design and customize as you see fit. So there are a few of these. I've truthfully never done a model car before that isn't like a snap kit, but I've done Gunpla in the past, so I'm familiar with the whole process of plastic model building to a certain extent. So I think I'm going to do one of my other plastic model cars first that I have just accumulating in my room. Like probably the Hachiroku from Initial D, because that one seems pretty simple. And then once I get that under my belt, I'm going to work on the Itasha. But yeah, that's pretty much it for now in terms of the whole haul. So I have that. I got a couple of CDs. Let me refocus the camera so you can actually see what I'm talking about. Got more of the exit transfigures. The Takagaki Kaide Shikishi and the Takagaki Kaide scale figure. Let me throw some of this trash away. But yeah, that was the haul for this month. I guess the summer haul. I'm very happy with this one. I think I did pretty well. I found some decent deals. I accidentally bought the Suzumiya Haruka drama CD like literally 2 or 3 times because I was stupid and I was scatterbrained, and like every time I would see a listing that was kind of cheap, I would just add it to my cart, and I think I accidentally bought it a couple times. But I mean, can you really have too many copies of the Kimi ga Nozomu Eian drama theater volume 1? Probably not. You need one for the house, you need one for the car, you need one for your CD player, and you need one for collection purposes, I guess. But anyways, that's it for this month's haul. It wasn't a very long video, I don't think, but hopefully you enjoyed taking a look at everything in here, and look forward to seeing more stuff shortly, I guess. Also, as a side note, I'm not going to be showing my stuff I bought from Japan because there's just so much of it. I would probably be sitting here all day. But trust that you will see it at some point. Also, the majority of what I bought in Japan was doujinshi related, so I can't really show most of that. A couple of the CDs, like I had alluded to before, you will end up seeing in the upcoming Tori no Uta video, mark my words. And other items, like some of the Cospa stuff, I'm going to be probably showcasing at a later date when I do something a little bit more specific related to that. But regardless, that's enough rambling for today. Thank you for watching, and I guess that's about it. Bye-bye.